right, welcome educators. I know it is hard to believe, but we're into March already. And that means it is time to celebrate Women's History Month. And we are so excited to discuss our newest challenge, which is Women Leading Change. And it is in honor of this month's important theme. And we have some special designs and templates for all different grade levels, which we'll show you in a moment. But as you'll see that we do a live walkthrough, we will show you how your students can make this unique to themselves and make it really personal and a powerful learning and creating experience. But first, just for a quick recap of last month's challenge, we focused on celebrating your heroes for Black History Month. I'm going to bring Darren onto the live stream. Darren, thank you so much.
Thanks,
you all
Rebecca.
know him as Adobe Darren on Twitter, and he is project managing all of our challenges, and we get to work together creating all of these fun things for teachers. So you collected a beautiful collection of work that students made in this past month for Black History Month. And will you share it with us so we can see what happened and get inspired?
Yes, fantastic. I'm so excited about showing some of these great designs because I think it shows the breadth of what our educators can do across the country. So this is from Eric Chow's class from San Francisco USD, where he used for his high school students, and they took our designs and really made it their own and highlighted a variety of different people, from artists to historical figures, and to current like directors such as Ava DuVernay, Jordan Peele, and then a past director, Gordon Parks.
And the designs are so different. They've
Different.
Them so unique. And
yeah, and then you go to like Jessica Stabler's class in Beaufort, South Carolina. And I mean, those designs are completely changed by the students. And it just blows me away the artistic design students take just from our templates. And then what I really love is another teacher in Beaufort, South Carolina, did the third grade and turned our challenge into a 6-word story, still highlighting Black history figures, but doing it in a very different way than even what we designed. So that's what's great about the challenge, is they can take advantage of it and make it their own. And so here's Lauren Reeps Housen's class down in Louisiana. And I love especially the one for Amy Sherrill, in really a creative way of taking and making the challenges unique and personal to them.
Well, I love this. Thanks so much for sharing this with us. It's beautiful to see how teachers get to be creative with these challenges and how it just really ignites a space for students to demonstrate their thinking, tell stories, and really make an impact in their world with Adobe Express. So thank you, Darren, so much for sharing this with us.
Thanks for letting me share.
We are going to go ahead and move on to our next piece. So as we transition into March, just a reminder to all educators that you can show your students work just like we saw from Darren and all those fabulous creative educators, either via social media by using and tagging us at Adobe for EDU in the post, or by submitting via online, and we'll have that link up for you in just a moment. This month, we're actually offering class sets of Adobe Express stickers, and we have this light up dry erase thought bubble. Oh, it's a little bit too bright, but it is super fun, and students and teachers have actually been lining up for these, so I was lucky to get one as well. That will be our special giveaway for the month of March. But before we move any further, we have a really, really special guest, which we're honored at Adobe to have with us at our live stream. Her name is Mala Sharma. She is the Vice President and General Manager of Creators of Education at Adobe. And in that role, she leads marketing and strategy for Adobe K-12, higher education, all education initiatives, and the overall strategy for Adobe Express. Mala has been at Adobe for over 17 years and has a wealth of experience to share with educators and students, and we're really honored to have her as a woman leading change within a larger company. So Mala, welcome to our live stream. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. This sounds like a really exciting show. I can feel the energy already.
I know, it's so much fun. We have educators all over the world joining us at all different time zones. And we get to bring educators on. They share the work that they've done. So it's really great for them to get to meet somebody within Adobe, what they don't often get to do. So would you share anything else about yourself besides your 17 years at Adobe and running Express now for everybody and our K-12 strategy for education?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I grew up in India, and I am very proud of the Indian culture. You know, as if you've been to India, or any of your teachers or students have, it's a country full of color, whether it's the saris women wear, or the beautiful artwork that you see on various historical monuments, amazing churches, temples, of course, synagogues, mosques. It's a country that's full of creative expression,
Mhm.
and I feel like that has been a big influence on me. I moved to the U.S. about 30 years ago, and I've been in marketing, different functions of strategy, and have been, as you said, at Adobe for the last 17 years, and have enjoyed all the opportunities that Adobe's provided.
That's amazing. So, among other responsibilities that you have at Adobe, for some time, you've been pushing the company to really be thinking about education and about young creators and educators. So, where does your passion for education come from, and how were you able to bring that into your work with Adobe?
Yeah, there's been several influences. I think the first one is my mom. She has been a teacher her entire life. She's 86 and continues to teach. And I think what I love about what she does is not only does she teach, in a regular classroom, she's pretty much from the beginning of her career taken out time to work with students and children from challenged backgrounds. And I see the lives she's changed, one student at a time. These kids whose parents either, didn't have sufficient money to send them to school, or nobody else was educated in the family, so didn't prioritize education. These kids from across the world now send her little notes on Facebook or letters or call her and tell her about their accomplishments. So that's been an incredibly inspiring part of my life. I also got to spend some time about 5 years ago volunteering with Teach for India. They're an organization that's dedicated to removing inequality of education in India. So I got to teach 12 to 14-year-old kids there. And I taught them digital storytelling, and just seeing how, when they created something for the first time, how their eyes lit up and how it sort of changed their own impression of themselves and what they were capable of, was a real turning point for me. And I think that really pushed me into championing within Adobe, which has always championed education, but really making a dent and investing and doing the right things for students and teachers.
I love that. Well, we definitely are reaping the benefits of that. I'm also a child of educators and know the significance, and was an educator for 10 years. So thank you so much for championing that for us, because we see it down to every kid that gets to create, and particularly with Adobe Express, which is what we're so focused on right now, because it does open the doors for kids. And I want you to elaborate on that, but so many teachers, when we talk to them about Adobe, like, oh, I've heard of Adobe, and they know Photoshop, even if they don't know what it does, and they've heard of PDFs before. What are the two most important things that educators and students should know about Express and Adobe in general?
Yeah, because you touched on the lives of teachers, and they are so dedicated to building the citizens of the future.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about the needs of this next generation as they get into work, building 21st century skills of communicating and storytelling is absolutely critical. And we built Adobe Express specifically to address that, so that it's easy for teachers to bring into the classroom, to give prompts to the kids so they can create things with impact. And really what I want teachers to think about is, our mission is to enable creativity for everyone, and Adobe Express was built for that. It was built specifically keeping teachers and students in mind. A simple way to think about it is, all of Adobe made simple for kids to be able to tell stories effectively is Adobe Express. It has imaging in it. It has video. You can make logos. You can make flyers. You can, you can bring in PDFs, right? And change them to tell better stories. So it's really about simplifying Adobe. It's on the web, so it's accessible from anywhere, from your classroom, on the Chromebook, it's accessible to the kids at home. It's full of templates and fonts and design content. We've also built in some artificial intelligence, so we can give tips and tricks to teachers and students to be able to use and create amazing content. So it's really about simplifying storytelling and preparing kids with 21st century skills so they can be successful in their careers.
I love that. And that is That's what every school is asking, because they have creativity in their mission statement. They have it in their profile of a graduate, but how to get there. And I love that we get to partner with teachers to actually be the drivers behind accomplishing those very lofty goals of developing creativity in students and giving them the right tools to express themselves. And with that, we actually have this month, our challenge, like we said, is focused on women and women leading change for Women's History Month. And so we're going to do a demo with you. Lindsay Blass is going to be joining us and doing a demo in just a moment. But before we jump into that, I was hoping that you would share with us a little bit about your journey as a woman and a woman leader in tech.
Yeah, I'd say a couple things are have been consistent for me. One is the importance of advocating for yourself and communication. But probably the overarching thing that has guided me is a set of values that are very dear to me. It's something I sort of declared to myself many years ago, and I keep checking back in as a way to sort of validate what I want to stand for is what I'm actually doing. So the three values are, one is, do what is right, not what feels good. Having unity in thought, word, and action. And the third one, which I think teachers are going to love, which is everybody can live up to their full potential when you create the right environment. And that's, again, what I think, teachers and managers and leaders need to do as we build teams and, create environments for people to be successful.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's very true for teachers, especially. And so for any young woman who's just beginning to think about their career paths, our students, our 10-year-olds, our 15-year-olds, any advice you have for them to think about themselves as they move forward in their lives as a woman leader, any advice you have for them?
I'd reiterate, it's really important to be able to tell stories. It doesn't matter if you're applying for your college. You have to tell a story about what you've accomplished in school and what you want to do in terms of changing the world. If you're signing up to, apply for your first job, you're looking to get promoted, you're, looking to build your own business, it's important to be able to capture your ideas in pictures and words. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. And as at Adobe, we say a prototype is worth 1,000 meetings. So being able to create something and have the world understand what you're trying to change is a really critical and important skill. And that's what Adobe Express is built for. And I hope that teachers and students can embrace it and be successful with it.
Yes. So teachers, you heard it first. These are the skills we want to be developing in all of our students. And so with that, let me welcome Lindsay Blass onto our live stream. Lindsay, I've lost my mouse. There it is. There's always something. There we go. Let's bring her on. Welcome, Lindsay. Lindsay is my colleague at Adobe, and we've known each other for years, and she is a manager of education initiatives. Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us and to be demoing with Mala today on creating her special Women Leading Change graphic. So with that, we do have a question for you, Mala. We're going to ask you before we do our demo, who is a woman that you admire? And Lindsay is going to guide us through using Adobe Express to work in that challenge and create that with you.
Well, there's lots and lots of women I admire, but one who pops to my mind right now is my grandmom, my mother's mother. And she was a woman of strength, perseverance, and never took no for an answer. She used to, cook for us, I remember. She would knit sweaters and caps for us as kids. And she was always laughing and smiling and made us all laugh. And she did all of this although she was paralyzed. Her entire right side was paralyzed. She was paralyzed when she was 18.
Wow.
So her entire life, she led in that way. But I never knew that she was paralyzed because she got everything done. And it's only when I grew up and I was in my teens and I realized she used to drag her body, half of her body as she moved around, that I realized something was wrong. So she just, to me, represents, you can get anything done, whatever your circumstance, as long as you believe in yourself and you want to get it done.
That's beautiful. That's very inspiring. All right, Lindsay, I'm going to go ahead and add to this stream. And I'll pop off, I'll pop back on, and I'll be watching. I'm excited to see what you guys create.
All right, Lindsay, this is
Thank
cool.
you, Rebecca. I'm very excited. I'm going to go ahead and get my screen up here. So Rebecca, hopefully we're seeing, can we show my screen, Rebecca? Thank you. I want to start by saying both Rebecca and Mala, what an honor it is to be here today. Rebecca has been a mentor in terms of creativity for so long, but Mala, I will admit, I researched you when I came to Adobe because I've had the opportunity for fantastic women mentors through the years, and I was blown away. I mean, for someone that leads at your level to be so connected to the educator experience, and I can tell why now that you describe your background and your history and your family. So it's a true honor to be able to create with you today. And we're going to create with Adobe Express. So this month's
I'm so excited.
I know it's going to be so fun. This month's challenge is just perfect for you and your family. So Women Leading Change, Small Acts, Big Impact. You can see when we're up at the current challenge page, you have 3 options for the current challenge. So first is if we have an image handy, we could actually highlight the woman that we're honoring in her photo on a magazine cover. The third one here is sort of the same concept, but more of a primary grades focus, because we have a lot of teachers in primary grades leverage our templates and our tools with their students. So really bringing our mission of creativity for all into the schools, that this is a tool available free, kindergarten through 12th grade, most recently to nonprofits. That's also very heartwarming.
Yes.
And I'm thinking what might be good for our template, Mala. How do you feel about the middle one that sort of leverages an icon to represent?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah. It gives us more flexibility.
Right? We can really get in and design it.
Yes.
I'm excited. So with this, the first thing that you'll see it opens up is actually a document that teachers could post directly in their classrooms. So something I love about these challenges is it honors teachers, how busy our lives are, how challenging it is to take something you learned in concept and bring it to the classroom. You can just take this template that's right here and post it up in your learning management system, whether it's Google Classroom, Canva, whatever. And you can share it out. And it has directions both for educators and students on how to interact with the challenge.
Nice.
So if I click on this, yeah, I know it brings you right into the design.
And this is a PDF is that you've pulled in?
Yeah, so it's a PDF, so you can just save it and post it right to your classroom or wherever it is that you share tasks and assignments with students. So when Express loads here, it is going to have the template. It also shows me all the fun text options on the left that I could add in. But I want to start with the content. I want to really make sure that I capture the woman that we're honoring. And your grandmother just sounds like such an inspirational woman. So let's go ahead and create with her in mind. So what was your grandmother's name, Mala?
Her name was Sarala Devi, and I'll spell that out for you. That's an SARALA, and the second part of the name is Devi. That's DEVI. And Sarala means simple. Devi is lady. It's a simple lady.
Beautiful. So I heard you describing, so I'm going to call this the family issue because we're on
Yeah,
family.
that's nice.
Yeah. And then I'm going to make you, Mala, you're going to become the magazine editor-in-chief right now.
Okay.
So we'll add to your laundry list of things that you lead out in the world here.
That's special.
Oh, yes.
I'm honored to be.
I think you might start a Women Leading Change magazine.
Well,
one day.
yeah, I might. Who knows? Retirement plans.
So when I heard you describing your grandmother, I heard a few things. I took some notes just on some words. So maybe out of these words, if you could select 3 that jump, or if I'm off mark, just come up with some new words. I heard you say she always laughed, smiled, persevered, and was very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Any of those words jump at you for our headline?
Yeah, I'd say strength and perseverance with joy. Can I add more?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm doing with my spelling over here. Perseverance. Let's go back. We didn't know that there was going to be a spelling bee today. So with joy, and then I'm going to drop that.
Joy.
Jot.
Yeah.
With jot. All right. Thank you so much. Strength and perseverance with joy. And then when we get down here, small act, big impact. What I heard for you when you were describing your grandmother is that she didn't let life put obstacles in front of her, right? That she modeled overcoming obstacles. I can only assume too that feeds in when you were describing your values and saying everyone can live up to their full potential. So I'm wondering if maybe I highlight her modeling everyone can live up to their full potential here.
Love it. Thank you. Yes.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I love it. I've never thought of it that way. I don't know what influenced me in picking that as my value, but yeah, I think you may have just revealed that to me, that maybe it was, observing her.
Yeah, your values were beautiful. I made notes of them there, and I see so much correlation between them and the story that you told me, both of your grandmother and your mother. I have to ask you more questions later. 86 years old and still speaking.
Yes. Yes.
So with this, we're about to get into the design elements and design fun. So first thing I'm going to do is select the icon that we put here. And initially, the template icon was around science, but we're going to select replace. So everything that happens on the right-hand side is around customizing elements. Everything that's happening on the left-hand side here in Express is where I can add in elements. And so you can see they had typed in science before. I heard you saying just a lot about strength and heart. Would heart be a good image to represent?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Any of these images, Jim?
You are so creative, Lindsay. Yes.
If I could take the whole month and just go do this challenge with all the women I admire, I bet it is so wonderful to do this with you, Mala. Which hearts jump out at you? Which ones?
I like the one on the second row, the heart with the little dots around it. It seems like it's, giving out love or something like that.
Wonderful. Yes, it is just radiating love.
Yes, radiating love. That's right.
It's a great opportunity here because it did cover some of our text. Just to show you in Express, it does have the Photoshop feature of layers built in now.
Nice.
In fact, a lot of the features of our Creative Cloud tools that are really these essential design features are right here in Express. So when I click on the layers on the right, I can just drag this heart down. And then you can see the text comes right up to the top. I know artificial intelligence, there's a lot of discussion of this and the impact on education right now. So if it's okay, I'm going to go ahead and highlight a very positive impact of artificial intelligence, which is the design elements. Just by selecting different variations on the side here, you can see that the AI within Express is going to come up with different fonts that might go well with the layout that we have, different color schemes, which we can even customize further. I'm not sure if any of these ones I've clicked on jump out at you so far. You could say stop when I hit one.
Yeah, this one's good.
Yeah, that one's
good.
And so you can see it's
like the fonts and the strength of the letters. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. The symbolism, even in the letter structure. So this is whenever I'm in a classroom full of students, I'll ask when I model this next feature, are green and red your favorite colors? And two of them will say, yeah. The rest of them will go, no.
Yes.
So these might be your favorite colors and we might land here, but I am going to also just give you the freedom really quick. If you do want to customize even further, you can see how quick and easy it would be. I could customize any one of the elements individually, but we also have custom templates here. So what are you thinking? Bold, classic?
Classic sounds good.
Okay. And so we can start trying here, and then you can see within this color scheme, we can shuffle.
I like that. Yeah, I like it because the words pop and the heart stands out behind that gray background. It's perfect.
I love this that I went to design school for 5 years and learned, all of the Adobe software tools and more. And then Express comes out and it's click, 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 and it comes up with things that would take me hundreds of hours to do before. So it's so exciting and so very like unbelievable for kids to realize what they're able to create in minutes and make variations and really focus on the beauty of what they're creating more than they're worried about clicking on things and knowing how to use the software because it's so intuitive. This is amazing. You created this in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and Rebecca, what's cool about this is that, if the student does want to go further, right, because we're introducing the concept of layers, we're introducing the concept of layouts, and you can make logos and, PDF. We're introducing these sort of core components of design that if they want to take it further, of course, they can have full control and pixel level editing control if they'd like to with Creative Cloud as well. But Express makes it easy for everyone to get started and create beautiful content like Lindsay just did in a couple minutes.
Oh, it's amazing. Lindsay, thank you so much. And that was amazing. We're so excited to see the actual magazine come out, Mala. Editing.
Working on it.
Editor-in-chief right here.
Extra work on your plate. But I can't thank you both for being here and being such inspiring women in my life. This is so wonderful to celebrate Women's History Month and give all of our students an opportunity to think about the women who have had a big impact on them by small acts that they've done for them and to really honor them and then get to do that in a creative and meaningful way. We can't wait to see what you and your students create with these and how you make these better and more meaningful for your students. And we're so excited to see students everywhere have the chance to demonstrate their creativity and learning today. So please, teachers, make sure to check out our challenge page. I'll put that up again. That's here. This gives you all the resources. And then, of course, you please use our hashtag Adobe EDU Creative. You'll see me, Lindsay, and Mala there as well. I'm celebrating all the amazing work that you do. Mala, Lindsay, that was so beautiful. I really enjoyed having you on the live stream today. Thank you both so much.
Thank you for having me. And yeah, just, the woman who you admire might be just by your side. You don't have to look far to celebrate women during Women's History Month. So have fun, everyone.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. All right. Thank you all.